Hello, everybody. Sorry for the delay there. Welcome back to 3WC 3-Digit World Cup. I'm fieryrage, bringing you this matchup between Brazil and Italy, seed 8 and seed 9. Joining me with that is Shiba. How's it going, man? It's been a while.
Hey! Glad to be back once again. Brazil against Italy. Two very close seed matches. As you said, 8 and 9. Brazil having a super stacked roster, kind of regarded as one of the teams that have the potential to win the entire thing. But Italy, despite having a 5-man roster and having a few players who are kind of a little bit newer to the 3WC team, have done really well in the qualifiers and have popped off in the seeding and are now facing up against a really formidable opponent. But this is early stages, so there's always a chance that, you know, early upsets can happen. It's always possible. But yeah, very excited for this one.
And Brazil consisting of more or less what you'd expect. Quite a majority of the OWC team, actually. Corian Maluko, Defons, Nissan, also known as, I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm not even going to bother trying. Mouse Easy, who is a 3-digit now, for the record. I just want to point that out. After being 2-digit for, like, I don't even know how long. Was it 6-7 years or something?
Yeah, it's
ridiculous.
It feels weird to see him on 3-digit, considering he's literally been a 2-digit for as long as I've played this game. It feels quite weird, doesn't it? Yeah.
Rounded out with Mistia and Zub. So, as I said, basically the Brazil OWC team. minus 2 players.
I mean, this roster arguably is actually better than their OWC team in 2022. Not only did they have Mistia and Mouse Easy back, but they've still got their fabulous core of, you know, Nissan, Korea Malico, Defons, and Zubs, all 4 staple Brazilian tournament players. But on the side of Italy, you've got a pretty solid team. You've got Kurochi, oh my god, Ryuzaki, and Shadow Moriko, who is also known as Dem27, a player on this team who completely wiped the floor with qualifiers this tournament. It's quite unreal, and I'm expecting to see him do some really good pop-offs and become a really, really valuable point setter for Italy. They also do have a new player in GG8974, but this is a 5-man roster. That is a kind of flaw that a lot of people would consider pretty detrimental in a tournament mindset when you've got 3 players or a 4v4 tournament. Having not a full roster seriously can limit your options, and that's why a lot of people really counted Italy out, but they've done really good in qualifiers, and now they got to face up against a really tough opponent in Brazil, so best of luck to that, really.
Well, I mean, we have seen rosters like Israel, who only have 3 players, the bare minimum required, qualify and even take a point off the seed South Korea, I believe. Taking a point off South Korea is no small feat with their roster.
Not. I think Israel are like living proof that if you can't get a 6-man roster, as long as you have 3, anything is possible. Really, like these guys qualified over some really solid teams that just barely missed out. So yeah, you got to put a lot of respect on them. Those are the 3 like kind of star Israeli players. So yeah, they are living proof that 3-man rosters can get through this, but it is you have to be really good as a trio to get there.
I think as we're getting underway with the ban phase now, Hidden 3 banned out from the side of Brazil, DT2 banned out from Italy. Pretty expected bans overall, I'd say. I imagine Brazil... I actually don't know what Brazil would go for a second ban here. I imagine Italy is probably just going to be banning DT3 or Nomad 2, not really wanting to deal with the mechanics traps there. But Brazil, I'm not actually too sure.
It's a little bit difficult to kind of fully decipher Brazil's weaknesses, considering they have such a well-rounded team. But I think if you were to base what their ban could be based off of maybe qualifiers, you may want to be careful on the aim-specific stuff. Nomad 1, Hard Rock 1, DT 1. They do have a strong DT roster, so maybe DT 1's less likely of an option, but generally aim-intensive stuff, they struggled a little bit in the qualifier stages. Maybe a choke, maybe not. We have to wait and see, because they do have on paper some really good players in the aim department, but the qualifiers do not spell that, and maybe that is something that they want to avoid. But it will be Nomad 5 that's banned for Brazil.
By getting the 2 reading maps out of the way. Makes sense enough. Free mod 1 banned from Italy as well. More mechanics test in that free mod slot, so not too surprising. Brazil now knowing they should probably pick in mechanics, so I imagine we'll be seeing Nomad 2 and DT3 at some point down the line in this matchup. Free mod 3 is a potential pick from Italy that I think could work well for them, although granted, you can overmod that with all hard rock if you so choose with the free mod rules of 3WC. But let's see what they pick. Brazil first pick.
First pick for Brazil,
and
immediately going out with the double time 3. Meltdown, this is the speed heavy pick of the double time section. 248 BPM, CS 4.5, a little bit higher CS than usual, but it's mostly consists of kind of linear 5-note bursts. Does have some scary finger control, a little bit peppered in, but this is pretty early stage in this tournament, so it's safe to say that these are not going to be as intense as skill cap heavy, and that's why round of 16 is so threatening for these higher seeds. This isn't a major seed difference, but it's safe to say that, you know, on paper, Italy are a little bit on the back foot, and they're the ones who have something to prove.
Yeah, not too speed intensive this map. Most you're going to be seeing on this map is 5 bursts at 250 BPM, so relatively manageable for those even without the strongest speed.
Yeah, even without extreme speed prowess, you can really do fine on this. There are a few dangerous finger control sections, and this map is relatively long. It is 3 minutes and 29 seconds long, basically 3.5 minutes long. A little bit more on the longer side for most double time maps, so you have to be a little bit more consistent, but that does kind of lower the requirement for the skill cap. And yeah, 250 DPM 5-note bursts are really not too crazy for players at this level. So it's safe to say that this might be a little bit hotly contested, and this might be kind of a safe early pick to go into, where it's a little bit leaning into your skill set, but it's not too crazy.
Unsurprisingly, Mistia and Nissan swapping in on the side of Brazil. Staple DT players on the Brazilian side, and I imagine Corian going to be rounding that out as the third. More than capable of playing this type of map. Shadamotiko, Kirochi, and I believe I saw Arj, also known as Oh My God. I'm just going to be calling him Arj for the sake of simplicity, coming in on the side of Italy. I think that should be the finalized rosters as we get into the first map of the match here.
That is indeed the roster here. This is the first pick here for Brazil. They are known to be the very mechanics-heavy team, but they are decently well-rounded. This is a solid first pick for them. But Italy do still have potential. They do have Dem, Arj, and Kirochi on their lineup. Not too bad double-time players themselves. They've got a few conflicting skill sets here, and of course double-time being one of them. But on top of that, Italy also really strong on the hard rock and precision, particularly. These guys have a scary precision roster, so I'm a little surprised actually to not see the HR2 banned here for Brazil. Oh, sorry, is it HR3 or HR2? I forgot which one's the precision. I believe it's HR3.
HR3. It's a hard rock 3.
Yeah. You never know. Brazil might be a little bit more comfortable on that. Maybe they just want to get rid of their core weaknesses because they feel confident, which is a very valid strategy to go for. We're going to be getting this very soon.
Too intensive, so even
no, it's not. It's very standard. It's very standard. A lot of simple aim and some bursts here and there, but ignore that for now. We're going into the double time 3 here. Here we go. We're just wait a little bit for the Korean Malico to load in here. Here we go. Brazil versus Italy. Map number 1, double time 3. Meltdown feat Kagamina Rin. Personally, one of my more light Vocaloid songs.
An early miss from Nissan on the beginning. The 5 bursts in the beginning, taking yet another victim. Not really going to matter that much, though. Brazil still handily in the lead off the back of the accuracy advantage from Mistia and Corian Maluko, and now Nissan as well, building it up to 98%.
Very minor miss there from Nissan. Extremely early. Really not going to do anything. The accuracy here from Korean Malico is really strong, securing Brazil that tiny advantage. But overall, over time, it might slowly ease into Italy's favor if this remains the same, the combos remain the same. But the accuracy leaning in favor of Brazil, keeping that lead ahead. Kirochi struggling a little bit, being the outlier here in the accuracy department. Shadamotiko, oh my god, damn! Tragically missing on basically nothing. Yeah, over-tapping. Such an unfortunate miss there. Oh god, first start of the map, we see a detrimental break here for Italy. Brazil now pushing the lead further and further, about 100k difference now.
Yeah, that's not the break you want to see. Arj follows suit with a break on that space triple. Still holding on to basically 3 FCs on the side of Brazil, getting into the halfway point here. We're going to need to see at least a 2-way break pretty soon because this score gap is rapidly increasing and it's definitely not going to slow down. Okay, well now it's going to slow down, but even then, combo advantage is still slightly in favor of Brazil. Corian does okay. Goodbye, Mistia. Goodbye. And that's actually big because now there's a slow section. There's not really anything to miss on here. So this combo from Kirochi is going to matter a lot to counteract Nissan's combo.
This is a massive double break here for Italy onto Brazil. A good recovery, swift recovery from Dem and Arj. Shadamotiko and Oh My God on the Italian roster. It's just Nissan now holding on to a significant combo here that can kind of try and stall the delay, to delay the pushback from Italy. But this slow sections, as you said before, it's going to build up a lot of combo. It's going to really aid Italy in this supporting combo here, the supporting difference. Both Korean Malico, of course, on the slow section will recover to about 300, but Shadamotiko and Oh My God are on about 700 to 500. And as we're going into the last core of the map, this is where it's going to matter the most, because as long as Kirochi holds and has another supporting combo on the back, he will be able to push Italy's lead ahead, but Brazil still are in the lead in the score total. So there's going to have to be a little bit of time for that to go through, and that could lead to a time where someone can break.
It's
so this
slowly
is still
shifting
really
over.
important. Yeah.
I actually do think if everything stays as it is right now, Italy might just barely come out with a point. It's going to be very close, though. Any break at this point is going to shift it one way or the other. There goes Nissan and Miska. Oh my god, goodbye. That score lead is going right over to Italy, just like that at the very end of the map.
Immediate flip there. 2 massive breaks there onto Brazil. Disaster strikes. And Italy are blessed with those 2 breaks and pushing forward with remarkable consistency. And that's why the consistency comes in. Look at that final combo from Kurochi on the FC. 1 million score, 1,000, I believe that was 500, 700 combo. Yeah, 1,700 combo. That's why the consistency comes in. And that's why that 3.5 minute length is really valuable. Unfortunate for Brazil, losing the first breakpoint. Italy are 1-0 up and an opportunity to make it 2-0.
Kurochi with the FC doing numbers for Italy there. Solid scores from the team overall, though. No one below 700k. Mistia, the only player below 700k, but it's just that break from Nissan, really, that sealed the deal on that map more than anything. That's just immediately a breakpoint.
Yeah, just an instant breakpoint. And it's unfortunate, those breaks from Brazil, so minor, but so impactful. Kind of the impact of those misses really were kind of like the impact was massive, but the reasoning for that brace was so small. Such a tiny mistake. Really bited them. And now Italy got a chance to get another pick. My guess is that they're going to go for one of the hard rock picks, or they could continue on with the double time. I'm not sure if they want to do that. They don't want to pick into Brazil's strengths, so maybe going for a hard rock, maybe going for a no mod. No mod 2 could be an option.
3 mod 2 we've been seeing quite often. 3 mod 2 is the arguably easier map in the pool. We've seen a couple 3-ways for a lot of teams on this, even a 6-way FC. So I feel like Italy, if they want to abuse Brazil's weakness and consistency, going off that DT3 could be a valuable pick for them. Realistically speaking, just based off what Brazil banned, no mod 3. I mean, sure, this works.
Not something that you'd really expect when you want to capitalize off this, but maybe they just want to go for their signature strengths, just go what they know they're good at.
This is the alt map in the no mod pool. Not really much to this map. It's pretty much just your standard 156 BPM alt map. A lot of flow aim patterns here and there, a couple snaps, some awkward rhythms as well. But for the most part, it's just your by the books. Not really much to say alt map in your no mod pool.
Sure, DK Blaze, insane difficulty. 3 minutes long, as you mentioned before, 156 BPM. CS 3.80 and 9.3, and this is some flowy, aimy alt. Kind of more on the flow aim aspect rather than the snap, with some frightening slider jumps and snap aim in between the kind of verses and key eyes and whatnot, kind of peppered in the middle of it. So there are a few sections that could trip you up, but generally, yeah, this is pretty standard in the alt department. Italy maybe just going for a consistent strength that they want to abuse. Again, long length maps, consistency, high combos. This is one of those maps that have, again, a really high final combo, so you will have to hold on for quite a long time. And maybe seeing that weakness on Brazil, we're struggling on a long map, trying to hold the FCs, but cannot hold for long enough. Maybe they want to exploit that weakness again. Maybe it's a permanent weakness from Brazil. Maybe they've caught something very, very important for the rest of the world to catch up with.
The issue with this map in particular, though, is there's not really any free combo in this map, so you're not going to have that place where Italy was just building up their combo steadily, while Brazil didn't really have a chance to do anything. This map is pretty consistent in its difficulty. There's one area, about 100 combo, that you're not really doing anything, and I don't imagine anyone's going to miss there, but other than that, anything's fair game. You're going to be seeing Defons and Mouse Easy swap in on the side of Brazil, not surprising. Nissan staying in. Italy not changing their roster at all.
Keeping that core trio that won the previous map. Arge, aka Oh My God, and Dem, also known as Shadow Monaco, and then you have Kirochi. The exact same, nothing's changed. Everything is still flying with Italy. And this is their chance to make that 2-0 against Brazil, which is not something I had expected at the start. I was expecting a little bit more of a back and forth. But hey, stuff like this can happen in the early stages. And we already see an early break from Nissan.
This could still be a back and forth. We could see back-to-back break points here. Early breaks from Defons and Nissan, getting accustomed to the map. Not going to be the end of the world. That is just the very beginning of the map after all. Plenty of time to build up the combo and for Italy to trade those misses out. It is somewhat of a kind of telling sign, I guess. Kirochi, she's going to be dropping on one of those sliders, unluckily.
Unfortunately, missed there from Kirochi. Italy do still have that lead. 2 FCs to 1 against Brazil.
Combo lead is going to be in favor of Brazil, though, just off that miss. Slightly going over. Not
yeah,
anything.
true, actually. The recoveries are higher for sure, yeah.
It's not going to matter too much now. Next miss is going to be what determines the...
Oh, Defons! Another break from Defons. Second miss from Defons, resetting, man, and despite Nissan recovering decently well, that's now a big combo advantage onto Italy. They are winning.
I wouldn't necessarily say big. There is, I mean, Nissan did miss and got a huge act drop, but for the most part, only 100 combo behind. Not that far. Kirochi right now is pretty much all the difference, as well as the accuracy lead. I mean, let's be real, Arge's accuracy is kind of nuts right now compared to everyone else in the lobby. Still plenty of map halfway through. Next hard part going to be coming right at you right now. Let's see if anyone misses here.
Does Arge normally strike like that? Does he normally strike like that, or is he a little bit nervous right now going into the last quarter of this map?
I mean, anyone with tablet would really shake like that, to be fair. You can see Mouse Easy as well, also kind of shaking, even with Mouse. Actually, wait, no, he swapped the tablet. I lied.
He did swap the tablet indeed. Oh, we see 2 breaks here. 1 break from Nissan, another from Dem. Kirochi as well. A little bit of a dangerous situation.
Matter a lot more. Yeah, Kirochi's break is gonna...
Oh.
That is going to be pretty huge. It's basically just Arge versus Mouse Easy right now. Any one of those players missing is going to determine how this goes, because right now, the only difference in combo is Defons. And this is going to steadily give Brazil the lead, but they need, I think, just a bit more than that.
We're going to the last section here. Another break from Dem. Brazil do have general combo advantage, but I don't know if they have enough time to flip it. Mouse Easy
they do now.
are fighting against Arge. They do now, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Nissan, though, another break.
Might actually
Maybe not. Maybe not. They might actually do it. You never know. But Defons has a brilliant recovery combo that's slowly gaining, but I don't think Brazil has got enough time.
That's going to cost it.
There is not enough time. Italy, 2-0 up against Brazil. Thankfully, the scope stayed as I hoped so. We do see 2 S ranks from Brazil, but unfortunately, it's not going to be enough. With a brilliant FC from Arge, pushing Italy forward. Very, very nice.
Mouse Easy countering with his own FC. Defons with an unfortunate slider break play. But overall, the team consistency on Italy just that much better. It's going to be a consolidated break point for Italy as Brazil gets their next pick.
Brazil got to bounce back now with a pick of their own. And
DT3 didn't necessarily work out, so I'm not too sure if they want to go for DT1 or Nomad 2. Honestly, Hard Rock 1 I think might be good for Brazil in this case. Nomad 1, bit too RNG, not really sure you'd want to go for that. Hard Rock 1, I feel like Brazil has a very strong roster on that. I would not be surprised to see them take advantage of the raw aim mechanics that they have.
I'm trying to kind of give a little bit more of a thought on that, because you are right to mention that Hard Rock 1 is probably a really solid option there, but Italy are really formidable on the Hard Rock Not sure if Brazil want to pick into their strength, but this is probably more fitting for Brazil to do, despite this being a strength of Italy. Maybe normal 2 could be good. These guys are known for doing really well on normal 2. They did good on the qualifiers to boot. And this normal 2 is a little bit more on the harder side compared to the others, and compared to the other maps in this pool at least. This being in an OWC Grand Finals. Of course, it was on Hard Rock, but still. Battle Elixir being 203 BPM. With a little bit more on the AME side with varying velocities and a few cut streams here and there to boot. I can definitely consider normal 2 being a potential option. Hard Rock 1 as well, of course. Maybe they want to stick with the DT. You don't know. Despite that DT3 being a bit of a choke, maybe DT1 might be a bit of a safer option despite it being really standard. Again, I don't know if you want to test the consistency. Because once again, this is a long double time 1. Not too long, not as long as DT3, but still long.
Still taking their time to pick on this.
Yeah, they're really contemplating this, they're really deciding, they're really kind of balancing out their options a little bit. But they're taking their sweet time.
And normal 2.
Yeah, normal 2. They did really, really well on the qualifiers for normal 2. And this is kind of more mechanics heavy, a little bit more difficult compared to the others. A lot of 203 BPM jumps, 7.17 stars. AR 9.7 as well. Yeah, I could definitely imagine Brazil going for this, and they have. And this is the map that you want to get the point on the board. It seems that Italy have brought, unless they haven't done their switch yet, it does appear that Arj, Dem, and Ryuzaki switching for Karochi, and Brazil are going to be bringing out Korean Malco, Mistia, and Mouse Easy. Oh no, maybe switching on Korean?
There's quite a few players on the side of Brazil that can do Nomad 2, so it's not too surprising. I mean, I'm thinking back to 2021 or around that in OWC where they 4-wayed the qualifier Nomad 2. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. And yeah, these guys play Nomad 2. That's not really changed in the past couple of years. Put in pretty much anyone on the Brazil team, and they would do more than fine on this type of map. Getting underway here, though. Brazil's second pick, looking to get on the board. That is the wrong map for 3 of those players.
These guys just want to play normal 3 again. They just want to play normal 3 again, Fiery. Come on, cut them some slack. They enjoyed it. They enjoyed the normal 3. They just want to have fun again. It was coincidentally the 3 highest performing players on the normal 3 that had the BG on. But regardless, here we go. We're going to normal 2 here. Battle Elixir from Z. You already know who this guy is. Legendary music artist for the Osu scene. And we're going into this very, very early stages, but we do see a break from Dem. The only break at the very moment.
We're going to see a couple more breaks here, I imagine, on the 1-6 repeats here.
Yep.
These are definitely honestly very tricky. They seem not that hard to hit, but sometimes you just accidentally slider break on them for no reason. That first section, no one really having too much issue with that.
Everyone here looking really comfortable at the moment. It is just Dem with a little bit lower accuracy than the rest. We are seeing 4 SSs here. 2 from Italy and 2 from Brazil. But we see it break that from Nissan, giving Italy the big combo advantage here. That big long stream here, a little bit of a burst section here. No breaks yet. But Mouse Easy joins the break. But oh my god, trades it. That big arching stream does not target the Ryuzaki or Mistia. But the supporting combo from Dem is massive. The score is still so even, but it slowly is going to edge towards Italy as long as no breaks come through from the big combos of Shadow Monaco and Ryuzaki. It is just Mistia for Brazil, but Nissan has recovered decently well here. So there's still hope. They have to hope that something goes down, but Mistia, tragic miss and chain missing again on that stream.
And just like that, those score lead is 200k.
Yeah, just like that, Scorley just booms in favor of Italy. And god, wow. Shadow McGee and Ryuzaki looking great. Despite that break from Ryuzaki, it's not going to matter. Brazil are too far gone. And the map is on its closing ends. The curtains are going to close. Italy take another breakpoint off Brazil and are 3-0 up.
Doesn't really matter that Arch struggled a lot to hold combo during some of those streams. When you have an S rank with the 99.6% on your team and a supporting combo of 99.2% 800k, not like it really matters depending what you get.
Yeah,
so, just like that.
Yeah, the early break from Dem literally meant nothing to him. He just FC'd the rest of the map from then on. Very impressive stuff. Good composure, good mental. Well done from Italy. So far, mowing the floor with Brazil, but we know how good Brazil are. We know how formidable they are. Maybe that upcoming picks will help them out, but for now, Italy, now in the next choice, got another option now to go for a pick. What do you think they're going to go for, Fiery?
I think it's probably just best. Well, for Italy, your options are wide open. Italy can choose pretty much anything here. They have 2 breakpoints, so they can experiment a bit if they want to. I think Brazil needs to go back to just mechanics. Hard Rock 1, No Mod 1, Free Mod 2. Just go to those raw mechanics maps that you know you can do well on. Don't really put anything up to chance. No Mod 2, kind of an RNG pick. Even if you are good at it, you can just chain miss an entire stream, and just like that, boom, you're gone. Italy, going to be going for some of the more risque picks. No Mod 4 coming out from Italy, the tech pick.
Yeah, this is quite the risky one here. A little bit more of a dangerous pick. This is a little bit, kind of debatably, a little bit on the harder side. But it is still a little standard. It is still pretty standard.
There is an infamous saying in the tournament community. I'm not sure if it still applies now, but Brazil used to be made fun of quite a lot as a country in OWC for their tech rosters. They never really did the best on tech maps. I don't know if that's still applying today. I imagine it probably doesn't. The Fonz is really strong on tech maps, and I think Corian has improved pretty massively in that regard as well. Mouse Easy's Mouse Easy, so. But that is probably something weighing on Italy's mind, I would imagine.
Following the old saying, eh? Following tradition. Well, they're bound to be confident. They're bound to have that positive energy at the moment, kind of fueling them to go even further, and maybe testing themselves on this tech pick. Yeah, this map, pretty standard. Maxed by Captain.
Anything but standard, honestly. There's a lot of fast sliders and a lot of cut streams in this pick. It's actually quite hard to really get a consistent combo on this. I wouldn't say necessarily harder than what we've seen from No Mod 2, but it is quite easy to chain miss on this, in my opinion. So we might see that play into factor, as well as slider breaks, obviously, since it is a tech map.
I guess I might have been weird to assume that that awkward cut streams and some weird sliders are standard.
I mean, I get where you're coming from.
I might have been weird to that. Look, I'm not the most knowledgeable on maps, man. So,
that happens. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Kurochi swapping in on the side of Italy. And it seems like our rosters are finalized. Let's see what happens. Beginning, not really much to say here. It's when we get into around the 200 combo range when things start really picking up. And then around the, I believe, 350 combo range when things really start picking up. The early stages, though.
Very, very important for Brazil. They really have to win this, otherwise Italy are going to be 4-0 up, and that is going to be a really dangerous prospect. They're going to have more than 2 picks to take another map and secure themselves TB.
Yeah, you're right. Here.
There are the cut streams. That's the dangerous part, but no misses. 0 misses so far.
Brazil drops on the very tail end of those cut streams. Brazil not answering with the break, now answering with the break with Mouse Easy, but Arch trades that one. So it is combo advantage for now, the side of Brazil, getting through this first hard section. No one else really dropping. There goes Defonce finally, but it is a 100k lead.
And this map's really short, 2 minutes. Not dead short, but still 2 minutes, 15 seconds. A little bit more on the shorter side, but we're already halfway through. And that break from Defons at the halfway mark is going to really hit his score hard, despite having phenomenal accuracy. Yes, Brazil have a 100,000 score lead, but the recovery from Italy is a little bit higher. I'd say they do have the combo advantage, but Korean, Maliko, and Dem are fighting hard. Korean does have beautiful accuracy, so really he will be outscoring Dem.
Here's the next cut stream. As we've seen.
Oh, everyone hits it!
Yeah, no one having struggles with that one, and everyone hitting the patterns after as well beautifully. Oh, Korean silver breaks, and just like that, again, Brazil with these unfortunate breaks in the worst possible moments, and just like that, it doesn't matter, because Shadow is holding on to the FC throughout the rest of the map, and boom, just like that, another breakpoint.
We may have seen multiple breaks from Italy towards the very end, but Shadow hard carrying with a beautiful FC. Such an unfortunate situation for Brazil. They had it in the palm of their hands for a little bit because there are multiple breaks from the side of Italy, but that break from Korean after hitting the hard cut stream into the Ki, devastating for Brazil. And it is 4-0 for Italy. I did not expect this scoreline, Fiery.
Yeah, you'd imagine with the seeds being as close as they are, 8 and 9, you'd imagine a pretty even matchup, but it's just these breaks at the worst possible times for Brazil that are just killing them on all of these maps. Yeah, 3 of the maps so far have been decided solely from players breaking in the worst possible areas. And then Italy just doesn't trade those.
There's something off about the Brazilian roster right now. They cannot keep up the combo. And when they do get a chance to keep up the combo, Italy just out combos them all together as a collective roster. They just do so much better. Such a tough situation right now. And Italy's next pick could determine match point.
Brazil, I think they really have to go for mechanics here. Hidden 2, not a good idea. You just lost Nomad 4. Hard Rock 2, way too RNG. I wouldn't go for that, especially when you're down 4-0. Hard Rock 3, potentially, I guess. I can see them doing that. DT4, I don't think is a good idea. Free Mod 3, since they can overmod Hard Rock, maybe? But other than that, I feel like, just in general, Nomad 1, Hard Rock 1, DT1, you're probably going to be seeing that from Brazil right now. Just trying to get back into this match, trying to get a point on the board.
Brazil got their backs against the wall. They've got to do something. This is the pain of early stage pulls. Brazil really can't exploit the high mechanics. The HR1 is going to be picked. As you already mentioned before, Fiery, we've talked about this so many times. HR1 just seems to be that pick we're begging for Brazil to pick. And we finally get it.
This is the map you expect Korean to just pop off on. At the minimum, you're expecting like 600k from him on this map. Defons and Mouse Easy, I'd argue, would probably be the next best 2 players for this. Nissan also more than able to be playing AIM right now, but I don't necessarily think they'd put Nissan in for Hard Rock. I could be entirely wrong on that.
Gotta hope Brazil have got a hold on their consistency, because this is another long map, 3 minutes, 47 seconds long. This Hard Rock 1 is a custom map for 3WC, mapped by Fooders, overdrive difficulty, Big Blast Sonic, a beautiful song. I believe this song is from Guilty Gear, and this is kind of a little bit... oh god, I hate to say this now. Standard Hard Rock 1 consistency with a few extra bursty patterns.
You're right in calling this standard. I'd say the less standard patterns in this are a cut stream prior to the second chorus, and then some of the triple patterns might trip you up. Other than that, it's raw aim for the most part.
Yeah. That's kind of the feature with this map, is that there's it's mostly just very regular jumps that most people can kind of hit as long as you got the comfort on the Hard Rock, but there are a few dangerous burst sections that have tripped up players before and could easily trip up players now. But here we go. Brazil's back against the wall. They've got to get this pick down to get a point on the board, and try and swing and steal some of Italy's momentum, because at the moment they're on a rampage.
Plenty of opportunities to miss here. As you said, 3 minutes, 50 seconds, one of the longer maps in the pool. This is raw consistency test at its finest, and we've seen Brazil not really have the best, not the best time in terms of consistency overall. They've been just missing in the worst possible places overall. For now, in the beginning of this map, though, not anything to really say. Everyone holding their own.
Yeah, first KI here. Everyone seems really solid, but a first break from Arj is going to flip the combo advantage on for Brazil. Brazil did have a very, very minor accuracy advantage as well, but that break from Oh My God is now going to be huge. Actually, no, I take it back. Italy definitely had an accuracy advantage now looking at it. But that first break comes through. Everyone sees that singular break from Italy is going to give Brazil that lead, and now the pressure is on. Brazil have got to stay consistent. Another break from Arj going to deepen that disadvantage more, but it's only a matter of time. This map is really long. There's plenty of opportunities for Brazil to choke it and trade it back. But at the very moment, they're holding strong, but it's the Fawns who goes down next.
Those space triples are killer, man. I'm telling you. Probably the hardest part of the map. There is still plenty of map remaining, not even halfway through. So that break, it's going to put a damper on Brazil's lead for now, but it's not going to be the end of the world. This is where we get into the next hard part here, is the chorus hits. Everyone hitting those cross-screen triples, no big issues there. Everyone also hitting the aforementioned cut stream there. And no one really having any other issues. Just that one break from Defense for now as we get into the halfway point now.
Brazil are holding on to their small advantage, only by about 50,000, but it's slowly closing. A double miss, but Shadow breaks straight after. And Brazil now finally have a massive advantage, going into a big jump session with a few awkward streams here. Nissan and Korean Malico hold on, and it's just Kurochi who's got an outstanding combo for Italy. There's another hard part that comes through, and it could get dangerous. A whole wipe from Italy. God. That's it. That's it. Both of Brazil have hit the patterns, but the entirety of Italy have just collapsed completely. Brazil pushing their lead, soaring forward now. About 400,000 almost now? It's one, I think. I think it's already over.
I am sorry for doubting you, Nissan. I didn't know you're a Hard Rock player now. That's my bad entirely. Yeah, 2 FCs, not really much else to say. 400k score gap. There is no way Italy comes back into this. Brazil finally going to be getting their first point on the board. 4-1. And this is what they needed. This is a revitalization that they needed. I'm really glad they opted to go for mechanics here. They're probably going to stick with that for the rest of the match, I'd imagine.
Yeah, if you're a Brazil fan, the first thing you're thinking of is, thank God. We may see another break there from Nissan, but it is traded by 3 Italian players, so I think it is all Gucci. Brazil
done more than enough.
Unbelievably far. Yeah. Nissan definitely has done more than enough. It is sorted out for sure. Brazil finally get a point on the board. And momentum just a little bit stolen from Italy after a catastrophic triple miss. But it is done. That map is over. Brazil finally get 1 point on their scoreline. Italy is still 4 point up, but there is hope.
And there's the Corian signature Hard Rock 1 FC, 99.3% from him.
Let's go, Korean Malico. Just knows what he's doing on these Hard Rock picks. So solid. Beautiful accuracy as well. You can see a noticeable struggle here from Arj. Just not feeling comfortable, dropping significantly on accuracy and not getting potential combo.
To be fair, I did think he was not really trying as hard in the last half, but I mean, it was already kind of over at that point, so not really that big of a deal, all things considered. Hit into the immediate pick for Italy, and this is kind of expected after No Mod 4.
Yep. Hit the nail right on the head. This is not your traditional hidden 2 that you see in other tournaments. This hidden 3 is that reading hidden that you're looking for. This one is more on the streamy tech side. It's a little bit comfortable with the hidden, it being AR 9.3, but CS 4.5 kind of weights that back. This also is extremely short, just barely under 2 minutes long.
Despite it being at 2 minutes long, though, not really any point in this map that you can take a break in. This map just kind of hits you with tech pattern after tech pattern. There's so many different things going on in this map. You have 1/8 kick sliders, you have 1/6 repeats that you could possibly break on, you have 1/6 active rhythms that you have to click that immediately transition back into 1/4 stream. There's so much going on here, and it is possible to just completely chain this, especially near the ending where it starts going into 1/4 jumps at 160 BPM. Very, very brutal map, and it can catch you off guard if you don't expect everything from it.
Italy whipping out their roster straight away with Dem, Karuchi, and Arj. And for Brazil, we've got Mistia, Korea Malico, and Defons. I think there's only one substitute from both teams here.
I was gonna say, I'm kind of surprised Nissan would not go in for this.
Mouse Easy.
Mouse Easy makes sense. I'm fine with that. Mistia as well. I'm just kind of surprised Defons is in for Nissan, in my opinion. He's more than capable of hitting, don't get me wrong, but I feel like Nissan would maybe be more comfortable on this. I don't know. In any case, Italy keeping the same roster as always. I think that's going to be the finalized rosters. Brazil need to get 2 breakpoints here in order to get back into this match at the minimum.
It's a shame to not see any GG here. GG probably could be playing on this, really, in theory. But maybe he just wants to leave it to the experts at the moment. Just letting him go.
Kirochi, she's been kind of popping off, especially in that first map. Shadow in general also popping off. FC on Nomad 5. See if that can continue. This is also more than... This is Arj's territory, I'd say. So Arj, more than comfortable on this. We see early breaks coming in from Mistia and Defons on that 1/6 into 1/4 stream that I talked about.
Unfortunate early break here for Mistia and Defons. The moment is 3 FCs to 1, but again, not too valuable. This map does not let you breathe. And this map, despite being short, does not give you a break. So really, anything can still happen. And we're building up into the first Ki here. Not happening just yet, so a little bit of time to build up. That recovering combo for Brazil. But Defons, unfortunate break there. I believe that was on a slider, maybe under tapping it.
No, that was on the 1/3. Shadow trades that as well. There goes Arj, there goes Mouse Easy, there goes Mistia. Oh my god, Brazil dead. Kirochi.
Let's go, Kirochi. Not only holding on, but with a magnificent accuracy. Brazil completely reset. And despite seeing 2 breaks from Italy, that one outlier is in Kirochi. Still holding on and building up into the last third of the map. This is massive for Italy.
See if she can hold on to this combo as we get into the hard part here. This is where we get into the 1/4 cut stream jumps here.
Another break from Mouse Easy, traded by Arj.
Not gonna matter. At this point, this map is already over.
I think that's it. Yeah, definitely. Kirochi may break, but she has done enough.
That is the most unfortunate slider break. Oh my god.
It is done. Italy are at match point with beautiful heroics from Kirochi. And Italy now a secure tiebreaker. Brazil do have the next chance for a pick though, so we could see maybe the Nomad 1 come out, as you mentioned before. Maybe the double time 1, but again, it's a little bit too easy. You don't really want to risk that into Italy, especially after losing your DT3 earlier. I'd say Nomad 1 is probably one of the only good options. Maybe DT1.
Nomad 1, I feel like, is a bit too RNG to go for right now. I think you want a guaranteed points, and I feel like Brazil and DT1 kind of go hand in hand. I feel like that'd be a very, very strong pick for them.
Yeah, maybe so. I kind of see double time 1 as just a little bit too easy, really. I think too many people can do well on this, and yes, Brazil may be extremely comfortable and kind of known for those super strong double time mechanics. We're not that far in yet for Brazil to really exploit that just yet. So I think Italy do have a lot of wiggle room to easily fight back on this. And yeah, you did say Nomad 1 is RNG, but at least Nomad 1 does have some really frightening patterns that can really push on your mechanics.
That also makes sense. Hard Rock 3 I can agree with. After Hard Rock 1, it's not too surprising to see this. Hard Rock 3 is more or less the same song and dance as Hard Rock 1. A couple of finger control patterns here and there, but it's essentially CS 6.5 Hard Rock 1. Not really much else to say about that, so.
Very, very simple jumps. This is probably one of the most simple maps in this pool. Lots of very easy jumps, lots of very kind of simple 6.5 precision. And it is a little bit longer, very close to 3 minutes long. The only kind of outlier on this map is that it does have a few kind of three-note bursts peppered in between the jumps. That's kind of it, really.
It's just your generic precision test and generic aim test all combined into one. And considering how Brazil did on Hard Rock 1 and how much they gapped Italy by, it's not surprising in the slightest to see them go for this pick. We've seen the same roster inside of Brazil as we saw in Hard Rock 1. The same roster on the side of Italy as we saw in Hard Rock 1. We'll see if anything changes. Brazil won Hard Rock 1 pretty handily by about 900k, so let's see if Italy can regather themselves for this map and make it a bit more competitive.
Yeah, definitely. Can agree on that. Hard Rock 2, Hard Rock 3, despite being a pretty valid pick here for Brazil, Italy are no slouch. They definitely have a really strong Hard Rock and Precision roster. Glad to see Kurochi in here. Glad to see Dem in here. Of course, Arj. All of these guys pretty solid on the Hard Rock. So Italy are still a very, very frightening foe for this. But Hard Rock 2, not a bad option for Brazil, to be honest. I expected different ones, but honestly, this isn't too bad.
I think any of the mechanics maps, really, at this point, for Brazil are fine, and this is one of the mechanics maps, so keeping in line with that. It's the matter of the fact that Italy is on match point more than anything, I think, is going to be the issue, because Italy still have a few tech picks that they can go for, and with how we've been seeing Brazil on the more outlandish picks, not really a good sign. Nonetheless, though, starting phases of this map, we have a combo advantage and an accuracy advantage pretty massively in favor of Brazil. Kurochi dropping on a microscopic jump there. Anything is really microscopic at this circle size, though, to be fair.
Fortunate first break for Kurochi. Brazil holding on masterfully to their 3 FCs. Another break from Arj, hitting Italy even harder, unfortunately. But Brazil look really, really comfortable. 299 plus accuracies here. And Nissan getting very, very close to that as well. Brazil, especially on... Oh, another break from Arj. And Defons does trade it. It is about 150, 200,000 score lead here for Brazil. We're about halfway through right now. Brazil look very, very comfortable despite that break from Defons. It is Shadow Modico trying to rival Korean Malico, but Nissan is completely uncontested. Kurochi, though, does have some really solid recovery here. So if we do see a second break from Brazil, the advantage could swing in favor of Italy, but at the very moment, the lead is really far for Brazil. So as long as they hold on for just a little bit longer, I think they will have this in the bag.
And if anyone on Italy breaks as well, that's just going to put a damper on things. Well, anyone besides Arj.
Of course. Of course.
There's a finger control pattern here that I'm wondering if anyone misses on and gets tripped up by. Let's see. Defons does. That's not going to be the end of the world. Defons already missed earlier, and the 2 FCs still going strong. It does give a very slight combo lead to Italy, but they are going to need a lot more than that. And just like that, it's gone.
Yeah. As soon as that break from them went down, that's it. It's over. Kurochi and Nissan both break, but Korean Malico is untouchable. Too far high for Italy to reach. And Brazil take the Hard Rock 2. Hard Rock 3. God, I always get them mixed up. Take the Hard Rock 3.
Did you guys know that Corian plays the Hard Rock mod? Not really sure if you noticed it in this match.
Did you guys know that Korean Maluko is a Hard Rock player? Did you guys know that? Well, as it turns out, Korean Maluko, the OSU player who is a staple in the Brazilian OS World Cup team, is very good on Hard Rock. As you can see.
Well. Nissan with really respectable Hard Rock scores. I'm just eating my own words. I honestly thought Nissan was not a Hard Rock player, and he just put up 800k on both of them, so my bad. But yeah, solid point for Brazil. Well in their favor, and that leaves the door open for them to pick into Nomad 1, D2 1, even potentially Hard Rock 2, but I'm not too sure they'd want to go for that, since that is a lot more tech-oriented. Italy going to be going for free mod 2, actually, instead.
Yeah, I can see this. I can see this. This is once again, as you said, a little bit on the easier side. But this is an understandable one. This is kind of slider alt, sorry. You see a lot of slider jumps, very, very easy to slider break. It's kind of knowing that, you know, you're more likely to get an S rank than miss. Does not, you won't be able to FC, but you'll get plenty of S ranks, so you won't get any misses really. There are a few frightening sections here, but the question is really, what mods are these guys going to run? This is CS2 on no mod.
We've seen a couple of teams overmod this, the United States being one of the more notable ones, getting a 3-way with 2 hidden Hard Rocks and 1 hidden. This is one of those maps where you can just sort of overmod and not really have it too much difficulty. With Hard Rock, CS2 and CS 2.6 aren't really going to be making that much of a difference, and if you can hack this map on OD10, then you're pretty much set for playing this on Hard Rock, no issue whatsoever.
Fiery just casually plugging his team score in the commentary.
I'm trying to be unbiased here.
Yeah.
Free mod rules dictate that 2 players on either team need to take 1 mod. That can be any mod between easy, flashlight, hidden, and Hard Rock, or a combination of them. So we only need to see 2 Hard Rocks on Brazil, for example, or 2 hiddens.
It's very likely that we're going to be seeing an overmodding here. I would not see a reason not to whip on the Hard Rock here, unless you want to feel extra. Yeah, definitely. I think you would be very comfortable, especially knowing how good both these teams are on Hard Rock. You probably want to put Hard Rock on both of them, maybe a hidden Hard Rock on a couple. But it is a little bit frightening to read with the hidden, so be a little bit careful with what you choose, because it will be AR10, and there are some very frightening kind of I don't really know how to explain the pattern, but you know how there's like the rapid singles into slider kind of repeating itself over and over and over during the Ki.
There's also
that section was tripped up loads of players.
There's a lot of direct stacks in this, which I'm mostly looking out for, which are pretty brutal to read on Hard Rock. That's what I'm more concerned about. There's also, I believe, a pentagon pattern that comes after a repeat slider that could trip up some of the players. Other than that, this map I think is pretty straightforward enough. I don't think we'll be seeing too many breaks on anything else. It's Italy's pick. Brazil needs to win this and another one of Italy's picks in order to bring this match back to tiebreaker at the very least. See if they can start it here.
Are we going to see what could be the start of a legendary comeback? Are we going to see Italy take the upset?
There's the Brazil triple.
3 Hard Rocks here for Brazil. No hidden Hard Rock for anybody. We do see plain hidden for Shadow, Modico, regular no mod for Omega, aka Arj, and you've also got Karochi on the Hard Rock, understandably. We're seeing early stages here on the intro. We do see Dan break just a little bit, but it's very, very early days. This map is quite short though, so it could punish them in the long run, but...
Not only is this map short, this map is by far the easiest map in the pool. So those early misses actually are going to matter quite considerably, all things considered. Since there's not really any other places for you to break on this map, really trade that out. We're going to be seeing first hard section here, slider aim involved. No one really having any issues whatsoever with it.
So far, everybody's looking really, really solid. Italy are praying for a break right now from Brazil. That early break, as you mentioned, from them is going to be massive if nothing changes.
Everyone hitting the pentagon pattern. That was one of the potential patterns I was concerned about. Now it's all down to whether or not you can keep your nerves in check for the last patterns here. As we get into the next hard part. Oh my god,
Huge
that is
from Nissan! That's absolutely ginormous for Italy! They're in the last quarter of the map! And Dem! Massive recovery! That break was nothing to him. And now the score very, very quickly flipping in favor of Italy. As long as Italy stay composed, as long as they hold, the upset's gonna happen. Another break from Korean Malico has definitely sealed it. Italy have pulled the upset. They have done it. 5-2 against Brazil.
The Brazil miss curse comes back to strike again as they miss in the 2 worst possible places.
They
of
had
all
it.
time.
They had it, Fiery. They absolutely had it, and they just couldn't keep themselves composed. They couldn't hold for long enough just towards the end. This map was only 2 minutes long, and they couldn't hold it. But well done to Italy. They advance into the winners bracket quarterfinals, and Brazil, they're down but not out. They're going down to the losers bracket.
Italy is going to be advancing to face the United States #1 seed. Brazil knocked down into the losers bracket, going to be facing off against Ukraine and losers to round 1. We'll still be seeing both of these teams in the quarterfinals. And I believe that is the last match of round of 16.
That is indeed the final match of today. Thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I'm glad you were here to witness such a cool match. Such an interesting one at that as well. Some really unique stuff pulling out here from the save between Italy and Brazil. But congratulations for Italy for winning, and good luck to Brazil for pushing through in the losers bracket. I've been SadShiba. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. I've been joined by fieryrage. And thank you very much for the streamers as well and all the staff in this lovely tournament. Take care, everyone. We'll see you next weekend.
But first, we have a map pool showcase that we have to get through. So stay tuned for that. You guys want to see the quarterfinals map pool that these teams are going to be playing.
God, I always forget about the map pool showcase. I always forget.
We'll be back with that.
I always forget the map pool showcase.
We'll see you guys then.
Damn it. My outro was ruined, guys. All because of a map pool showcase. Anyway, if you want to watch map pool showcase, stay tuned. We'll see you later.